in this video I am not feeling well, so that's why I am not reading today. At my place, somebody else will read. So sorry for that problem, but I think from tomorrow I will read it. So now let's continue.
Hello friends. So today I'll read in behalf of my son. He left it's not been an easy journey. So he strode over to the sofa where Dudley sat frozen with fear. Budge up, ye great lump, said the stranger. Dudley squealed and ran to hide behind his mother, who was crouching terrified behind Uncle Vernon. And here's Harry, said the giant. Harry looked up into the fierce, wild, shadowy face and saw that the beetle eyes were crinkled in a smile. Last time I saw you, you was only a baby, said the giant. Ye, look a lot like your dad, but you have got your mother's eyes. Uncle Vernon made a funny rasping noise. I demand that you leave at once, sir, he said. You are breaking and entering. Oh, shut up, Dursley, you great prune, said the giant. He reached over the back of the sofa, jerked the gun out of Uncle Vernon's hand, bent it into a knot as easily as if it had been made of rubber, and threw it into a corner of the room. Uncle Vernon made another funny noise, like a mouse being trodden on. Anyway, Harry, said the giant, turning his back on Dursley's, a very happy birthday to you. Got someone for you here. I might sat on it at some point, but it will taste all right. From an inside pocket of his black overcoat, he pulled a slightly squashed box. Harry opened it with trembling fingers. Inside was a large, sticky chocolate cake with Happy Birthday Harry written on it in green icing. Harry looked up at the giant. He meant to say thank you, but the words got lost on the way to his mouth, and what he said instead was, Who are you? The giant chuckled. True, I haven't introduced myself. Rubeus Hagrid, keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts. He held out an enormous hand and shook Harry's whole arm. What about that tea then? Yeah, he said, rubbing his hands together. I would not say no to something stronger if you have got it, mind? His eyes fell on the empty gate with the shriveled, crisp packets in it, and he snorted. He bent down over the fireplace. They couldn't see what he was doing, but when he drew back a second later, there was a roaring fire there. It filled the whole damp hut with flickering light, and Harry felt the warmth wash over him as though he had sunk into a hot bath. The giant sat back down on the sofa, which sagged under his weight, and began taking all sorts of things out of the pocket of his coat. A rubber kettle, a squashy packet of sausages, a poker, a teapot, several chipped mugs, and a bottle of some amber liquid which he took a swig from behind before starting to make tea. Soon the hut was full of the sound and smell of sizzling sauces. Nobody said a thing while the giant was working, but as he slid the first 6 fat, juicy, slightly burnt sausages from the poker, Dudley fidgeted a little. Uncle Vernon said sharply, Don't touch anything he gives you, Dudley. The giant chuckled darkly. You great pudding of a son done need fattering any more, Dursley. Don't worry. He passed the sausages to Harry, who was so hungry he had never tasted anything so wonderful, but he still couldn't take his eyes off the giant. Finally, as nobody seemed about to explain anything, he said, I'm sorry, but I still don't really know who you are. The giant took a gulp of tea and whipped his mouth with the back of his hand. Call me Hagrid, he said. Everyone does, and like I told you, I am keeper of keys at Hogwarts. You will know all about Hogwarts, of course. No, said Harry. Hagrid looked shocked. Sorry, Harry said quickly. Sorry, barked Hagrid, turning to stare at Dursley, who shrank back into the shadows. It's them as should he sorry. I know you weren't getting your letters, but I never thought you wouldn't even know about Hogwarts. For crying out loud, did you never wonder? Did you never wonder where your parents learned it all? All what? Asked Harry. All what? Hagrid thundered. Now wait just 1 second. He had leapt to his feet. In his anger, he seemed to fill the whole hut. The Dursleys were cowering against the wall. Do you mean to tell me, he growled at Dursleys, that this boy knows nothing about anything? Harry thought this was going a big far. He had been to school after all, and his marks weren't bad. I know some things, he said. I can, do maths and stuff. But Hagrid simply waved his hands and said, about our word, I mean your word, my word, your parents' word. What word? Hagrid looked as if he was about to explode. Dursley, he boomed. Uncle Vernon, who had gone very pale, whispered something that sounded like Mimbly Wimbly. Hagrid stared wildly at Harry. But you must know about your mom and dad, he said. I mean, they are famous, you are famous. What? My mom and dad weren't famous, were they? You don't know? You don't know? Hagrid ran his fingers through his hair, fixing Harry with a bewildered stare. You don't know what you are, he said finally. Uncle Vernon suddenly found his voice. Stop, he commanded. Stop right there, sir. I forbid you to tell the boy anything. A braver man than Vernon Dursley would have quailed under the furious look Hagrid now gave him. When Hagrid spoke, his every slave trembled with rage. You never told him what was in letter Dumbledore left for him. I was there. I saw Dumbledore leave it, Dursley, and you have kept it from him all these years. Kept what from me? Said Harry eagerly. Stop! I forbid you, yelled Uncle Vernon in panic. Aunt Petunia gave a gasp of horror. Oh, go boil your heads, both of you, said Hagrid. Harry, you are a wizard. There was silence inside the hut. Only the sea and the whistling wind could be heard. I am a what? Gasped Harry. A wizard, of course, said Hagrid, sitting back down on the sofa, which groaned and sank even lower, and a thumping ground. I would say once you have been trained up a bit with a mum and dad like yours, what else would you be? And I reckon it's about time you read your letter. Harry stretched out his hand at last to take the yellowish envelope addressed in emerald green to Mr. H. Potter, the floor, hut on the rock, the sea. He pulled out the letter and read, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Headmaster Albus Dumbledore, Order of Merlin, First Class, Grand Sauce, Chef Verloc, Supreme Mugwump, International Confidence of Wizards. Dear Mr. Potter, we are pleased to inform you that you have a place at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Please find enclosed a list of all necessary books and equipments. Term begins on 1st September. We await your owl by no later than 31st July. Yours sincerely, Minerva McGonagall, Deputy Headmistress.
So friends, today till here only. So we will stop reading now, and bye bye.
See you in next video. Bye.